Binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free over at inspireddisorder.com/plus.
This is The Ray Taylor Show.
Rayz Dayz, episode 108. This is the show where I recap my week. I talk about all the personal stuff that's going on. If you want to get to know me, aside from the movies I like or don't like, my opinions on this episode of Dave, whatever it is, this is the show where you go to find out more about me, to see how damaged I am, to see the problems I should be talking to a therapist about instead of recording it and putting it out into the world in podcast form. But let's get into it, starting off with my week, how I've been feeling. Obviously, depression has struck hard, but I have to say, despite the fact that the beginning of my week, it felt like just a dull hum of depression, of unmotivated, tired, don't really care about anything. Slowly feeling better throughout the week. So feeling good. For the most part, it feels like I'm back on an upswing, which hopefully maybe it's more steady, more self-contained, upswing than, a big up and then a crash. But because I was kind of out of it, I didn't, as far as my schedule's gone, I've kind of, the unnecessary stuff has been pushed aside as it's been the past couple weeks. I kind of just decided I'm just going to be okay with that and in some ways relax and just be okay with not getting stuff done, because part of that feeds on itself is that, like, I feel bad and then I don't get stuff done and then I feel bad for not getting stuff done, and it's like this cycle. So I'm just trying not to feel bad about not getting stuff done. I'm trying to be okay with things being put off. And I even so much so decided on like Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday, I decided I'm going to drink some wine. I haven't been drinking since December. It's been months. Not for any real reason other than I wanted to take a break. I've never really taken a long break from drinking. I've been given two drinks over the past 4 months or whatever, so I haven't been not drinking. I've definitely been smoking weed, but I decided to drink some wine. Had my roommate pick up a bottle of wine for me, and it was nice. It felt good. It felt nice to have a little buzz. I didn't really get drunk, but I had that buzz. I instantly started getting a headache, by the end of that night. But it felt good to, like, just take the day off. It was kind of like, made it feel like a vacation day. To take the day off, I was watching a bunch of King Kong movies this week to do my top 5. And, TV shows, rewatching the first part of season 4 of Ozark to prepare for part 2, the extremely disappointing part 2 finale of Ozark. So, just watching stuff, especially stuff like King Kong, where I'm not necessarily reviewing it, so I don't have to take extensive notes on things. I can just watch it and be entertained. And I hadn't watched a lot of the King Kong movies. The original 33 version and the 76 version I had never watched. So it was kind of a treat to be able to watch those for the first time as well. And also interesting seeing how different directors redid that story a few times. So it felt good to drink some wine. And it also was nice that I didn't have any cravings for it. It didn't like unlock this thing where it's like, okay, now I just need to get drunk all the time, which I was kind of, on some ways I was testing myself. It's like, okay, is this gonna, like, am I, like, kind of on purpose making a bad decision? Like, let's tempt fate a little bit and see if this is going to unlock a downward spiral for me. Because if I'm going to have a downward spiral, might as well be while I'm already not feeling great. But it didn't. It felt like a good break. It also kind of reminded me why I like not drinking as much as I used to. Like, how bad it makes me feel afterwards. So that was good. And now a quick word from our sponsor. Now you can wear the many faces. Original art by Ray Taylor. Select pieces from the ongoing series of abstract ink paintings. All products made with high quality materials, made right here in the USA. Go to inspireddisorder.com/TMF merch to browse the entire collection and save yourself an extra 10% when you check out by using coupon code RTSTMF. So once again, go to inspireddisorder.com/TMF merch and save 10% when you use coupon code RTSTMF. And now, back to our show. The beginning of the week, however, on Monday, started with the news that, I mean, this is way delayed by the time this comes out for everybody to hear, but just to time travel back a few weeks, my Monday was the day that it was announced that Elon Musk bought Twitter. And, you know, it'd been rumored that he was going to buy it. He'd become a big shareholder of the company recently, so I was already expecting this in a lot of ways, but also have been not really a fan of Twitter. Like, there was many years, especially during the Trump years, where I just hated Twitter and was not on it very much. And then I went back and just had to unfollow and block a bunch of people in order to make it a social media platform that I could even stomach, that it wouldn't just make me angry. But even still, Twitter just made me angry. Right? It shows me what's going on in the world, which doesn't make me feel good. Because let me tell you, the world isn't doing good on many levels. Rich people are becoming exponentially wealthier. The vast majority of people, especially in the United States, are making it more and more difficult to even survive. The quality of life is degrading on every level. We have the environment going to shit, and nobody really doing anything about it other than trying to make as much money as possible. So when the news of Elon Musk taking over Twitter, I decided that this is the best time for me to leave Twitter. And I've begun the process of leaving Twitter, which I'm not deleting my accounts. I have two accounts. I have my personal account, Ray Taylor, which I've had for over 14 years. Just had my 14-year anniversary like a month ago. And I figure there's a lot of people named Ray Taylor, so it's for sale. If somebody named somebody wants to buy Ray Taylor and they want to spend some money on it, I'm open to offers. I will consider all offers. And then I have an Inspired Disorder account. So what I might do is try to automate things from my website to automatically post to the Inspired Disorder account. And then my personal account, I'm in the process of downloading. I'm going to download my 14-year archive on Twitter, which is possible. You have to request it, and then it takes a few days, and then there's a link where you can. I just haven't gone to the link and downloaded the stuff yet because I want to do it on my laptop. I just don't think about Twitter when I'm on my laptop. So I'm in the process of getting that, and then I'm going to wipe all of my old tweets away and just make it a blank account. I might post one thing, just like, hey, go to my website, or follow me on Instagram and TikTok. So that's a big aspect of my week. It actually feels good not being on Twitter. Like, it's technically on my phone still. It's just like, it's installed, but it's not on the home screen. It's not on any of the home screens. It's definitely not where all of my social media apps are. So I really haven't been on it at all. I think I went and checked the other day just to see if anybody replied to anything or whatever, and nothing. So it's like, sweet. But it feels good to be kind of cut off. I mean, I'm still tapped in with TikTok and Instagram, but it's not nearly as much. It's not nearly at the level that Twitter had me tapped in. And it's also interesting to see, because apparently I'm not the only one getting rid of my Twitter account. it's interesting to see all of the people who are popular on Twitter try and convince everybody to stay. It's like, we need to stay here and we need to fight for Twitter. It's like, motherfucker, Elon Musk owns the account. He doesn't have to answer to board members. He doesn't have to answer to anything. Any of the regulatory processes that existed throughout the entire lifespan of Twitter don't exist when Elon Musk is the sole owner. He can literally, like, every person that thinks that they have a private account on Twitter, Elon Musk can go in and just look at your shit because he owns the fucking thing. Like, there is zero privacy. And to think that this guy who blocks people and has shown to be anti-free speech is using it as a way to sell people on it, to make people think that he's some virtuous humanitarian, right? If he actually wanted to do good in the world, then he has plenty of disposable income to do so. But he doesn't. He doesn't care about doing good in the world. All he cares about is money. All he cares about is money. And when he has the control of Twitter, a social media platform that showed to be very influential in controlling a lot of people and organizing a lot of people to try and overthrow the government, like, when he sees that potential kind of control, he's not going to use it for good. He's going to use it to manipulate stock markets like he already is doing with his own Twitter account. He's going to be able to manipulate so much stuff because, unlike news platforms, like Jeff Bezos owns Washington Post, and then, like, you know, the dude in Australia owns Fox News. It's like, and they can kind of put out their own propaganda through those news organizations. Like, not only can, like, Elon can, like, promote propaganda made by other people. It's just other people that he can, like, add and control to create influence and create, like, trends. He can manufacture trends in everything. Join Inspired Disorder Plus today. Head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus to join. Membership includes members-only discounts and deals. You get access to the Ray Taylor Show completely ad-free, as well as bonus episodes. You get access to the complete live painting archive. You also get access to every single podcast ever produced by Inspired Disorder, hosted by Ray Taylor. You get access to Ray Taylor's personal blog, as well as the opportunity to ask me any questions. So if you want to start a podcast, you're into art, ask me anything. And so many more things are being added every day to Inspired Disorder Plus. So sign up today, become a member, head on over to inspireddisorder.com/plus and become an Inspired Disorder Plus member today. It really reminded me of the scene. I recently rewatched all the Batman movies, and in Batman, I think Dark Knight, Dark Knight or Dark Knight Rises. I think it was the Dark Knight. There's the scene where Bruce Wayne, which people think that Elon Musk is like some kind of Bruce Wayne, which is ridiculous. But he has that big bank of screens, this new technology that they were working on that turns every cell phone into like a surveillance, like a surveillance AI wet dream. And it's like so much power that even not his butler, but the guy that's the CEO, I forget the character's name, but he's like, I'm not going to do this. I'm quitting. I'm not going to be part of this. And Bruce Wayne's like, listen, when you're done, I just needed to find this one guy. I need to find the Joker. And then when this is done, you can hit this button, type your name in, and it will self-destruct, and that technology will be gone, right? And that was just a surveillance technology. Like, Twitter is so much more than a surveillance technology. It is an output. It is an influencer. It is a platform that can convince people to act in a certain way. And Elon Musk will have control of that. From what I've heard, it takes like 6 months or whatever before he's going to have full control. There's probably going to be a lot of people leaving the company that aren't happy with Elon Musk taking over. So I don't know. It's just I was looking for a reason to leave Instagram, and the fact that even the small percentage chance that people like Trump and all these toxic, just horrible people culturally will get back on there, I don't want to have any part of it. So that was kind of a big part of my week. Not really a big part, at least the beginning of my week. But because of that, I don't really have anywhere. I've noticed that, like, I have random thoughts. Like, what I used to use Twitter for is, like, I'd just be sitting watching a movie, TV show, working, whatever, and I'd have random thoughts, random ideas, and Twitter is where I would put those. Even though nobody was listening or watching or reading, I had, like, very low to no engagement on Twitter, despite having, like, 8,000 plus followers. It's just like, I have a feeling I was shadow banned like a decade ago. But it was a place where I could put all that stuff. So I might start a blog on my website, so inspireddisorder.com, where you can go, and I might have that just pump out to Twitter automatically, to where I can still get those thoughts and ideas, but I don't have to actually interface with the app at all. So I might do that. So that's been my week, you know. Other than that, it's been a pretty good week, I guess. It was kind of nice to unplug from stuff in a way and just allow myself to not be good mentally, and, you know, just kind of reprioritize the things I think that are important in my life, and trying to understand that I don't know what the future holds, and just keep doing what I enjoy doing, and try not to put too much stock into potentials and what ifs. So that was my week. I hope everybody else has been having a great week. If you want to follow me on social medias, don't do it on Twitter, but I do have 2 accounts on TikTok. I have an art account, and I have the Ray Taylor Show account. And then on Instagram, I have a personal account as well as multiple accounts depending on specifics. At Ray Taylor on Instagram, at Ray Taylor Art, at Ray Taylor Show on Instagram, as well as TikTok. And then inspireddisorder.com for everything. It's a website I own. Elon Musk doesn't have control over my website. He has zero control. It doesn't matter what whim he has for the day. If he wants to shut Twitter down, he can. He can. You don't own anything that you put on Twitter. Elon Musk owns that now. But I own my website, so go check that out. InspiredDisorder.com. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on YouTube and everywhere our podcasts are found. Binge the full week over at InspiredDisorder.com/plus. Buy Ray Taylor Show merch over at InspiredDisorder.com. And follow the show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!
Today is the day where you wake up and you realize that everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've been wanting, every goal and wish and hope that you've ever had can become real. Dreams can come true. What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.